On our first ever edition of Movie Review, we'll be taking a look at an American action thriller ripping up the box office charts in 2020, featuring Chris Hemsworth, Bryce Jaiswal. Yes, of course, I'm talking about The Extraction. Extraction follows a black ops mercenary who must rescue an Indian drug lord's kidnapped son in Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh. Now, a lot of people love this movie and they keep talking about it on social media. But for me, it hasn't just been the social media hype about this movie that makes it a classic. The original story was written by Anthony Russo and Joe Russo, the Russo brothers. Two names you'll be familiar with if you're a conky Marvel fan like me. I'm not going to dwell too much on the plot because I think a large number of you have seen it. It's about a boy named Uvi Mahajan, who's the son of an Indian drug lord. He got kidnapped by officers working for another Pablo Escobar called Amir Asif. Nick Khan hires Tyler Rake, whom you would also have known if you've seen a lot of Marvel movies. No offense, but I can't just stop talking about Marvel. They're the very best. I can go on and on talking about this movie, but that won't do us any good. Netflix is the official distributor of this blockbuster movie, but there are tons of sites you can watch it from, like fzmovies.net or Video Body Downloader, so on and so forth. Before we wrap up media review, here are a few facts which you may never have known. The production of Extraction grossed $65 million and was officially released on the 24th of April 2020. The movie was rated 68% with an average of 6.13 out of 10 based on 187 reviews from Rotten Tomatoes, which is a popular movie criticism site, and a few people didn't like the fact that the film wrongly portrayed its representation of Dhaka. I won't bore you with the facts. That's a wrap on Movie Review. Okay, so moving on to our next segment, it's celebrity gossip. Now, I'm about to give you a disclaimer. This gossip may not be from the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even 4 weeks, but I promise it's from the last 5 weeks. Okay, no flip-flapping. The celebrity gist that caught my eye this week was the news that 6 of the original Avengers stars were reuniting to raise money for charity. You know, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth, and Jeremy Renner. They created a raffle contest where a single Avengers fan could have the chance to get a 40-minute conference call with all of the 6 original Avengers, as well as a game night with the 6 stars. Not that I'm a big fan of raffle contests, but the idea behind this one really got my attention. To participate in the raffle draw, you have to pay $10, and the total amount generated will be donated to charity. Some of the programs the gesture will be donating to include Feeding America, Meals on Wheels, World Central Kitchen, and No Kid Hungry. Chris Pratt, who is currently holding the role of Star-Lord on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, was the one who nominated Chris Evans for the challenge. It was a really noble gesture by the Avengers. They've proven that they are not just heroes in movies, but also in real life. With that, it's a wrap up on celebrity gossip.
Baby, carry go. The body bad like that, baby, let them know. Rubber take the floor, baby, carry go. Baby, carry go. Ya jo, pio gojo, pio gojo, baby go, pio gojo.
Welcome to the very first segment of Football in Focus. Now, many of you are probably wondering why football? Why not tennis or badminton or some other weird sport? Now, I like football, but this is supposed to be the people's channel. So if you want to see other sports, you can leave a comment, and also don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't. Now, today on FIF, we are going to be taking a look at the top 3 most promising youngsters over the past 5 years, and I'm going to be as brief as possible with this. Okay, so I'll be taking it in this format. I'll count down from number 3 to number 2 to number 1. Now, starting off on the number 3 spot, it's Phil Foden of Manchester City. Phil Foden is a young English prodigy raised in Newport. He's not a regular goal scorer or playmaker, but he always lights up the field whenever he steps on the ball. He turned 20 at the end of last month, but he already has 2 Premier League titles where he contributed at his own pace. That's one more than Jamie Vardy, the all-time leading goal scorer of Leicester City. Trademark joke back there. Moving up to number 2, it's Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is not a surprise addition to my list for a player who has finished in top 5 dribblers in all of Europe's top 5 leagues in every season since he joined Borussia Dortmund. Sancho is a typical number 7 with amazing dribbling ability, and he keeps Dortmund in that eternal rivalry against Bayern Munich. In recent weeks, the former Manchester City winger has been linked with a return to the Premier League, with Chelsea and Manchester United holding out as the major contenders for Dortmund's €116 million asking price. Topping the list today is a player I particularly admire a lot. Yes, of course, it's Kylian Mbappe. At the age of 21, he's already PSG's 9th highest goal scorer of all time. What else can I say? He has a World Cup and multiple Ligue 1 titles amongst a whole lot of fantastic trophies. Mbappe continues to defy physics on and off the pitch. He might not yet have a Ballon d'Or, but I'm sure he's really worthy of the award and will win it someday. Another first is a segment I titled Coming Up, to keep you in the know for major events coming up over the week. First on my list is the Footwear Innovation Summit taking place between the 16th and the 17th of June 2020 in New York, United States. Although the event status may take an infamous ditch due to the ongoing pandemic, if it is given a go-ahead, the total number of delegates involved will be around 500 people. Another top event is the Glossy Modern Commerce Forum, live on various social media platforms. It will take place on the 17th of June 2020. If you're interested in participating in that, you can look it up on Google if you're interested. Also on the 17th of June, the Premier League will be back in action after a long time out. With the English government giving the long-awaited go-ahead, Aston Villa will be taking up Sheffield United, while Manchester City will be up against Arsenal on the opening day of resumption. With that, it's a wrap up on Coming Up this week. Hold on to your devices because we're moving on to Digitab. On Digitab, we put some mobile applications in focus. The very first app we're going to be taking a look at is TikTok. TikTok might not be as popular as the likes of Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, or even Instagram, which have been by far the most popular applications for over a decade by now. TikTok is used to create short dance, lip sync, comedy, and talent videos. It is owned by a Beijing-based company known as ByteDance, which owns major offices in Los Angeles, New York, London, Paris, Jakarta, Seoul, Singapore, and so on. Its initial release was in September 2016, but its first stable release was on the 31st of March 2020. The app runs in over 40 languages and was named the seventh most popular app of the decade from 2010 to 2019. TikTok has over 100 million users. The only disadvantage I think this app has is the size. For a storage-conscious person, you wouldn't want an Android app of 55 MB or an iOS app of 300 MB. With that, it's a wrap on Digitab. Now, moving on to our final segment of the episode is what I like to call Celebrity in Focus. On our final segment of the day, we'll be taking a look at one celebrity which deserves a huge shout out here on Dele TV. Our CIF today is Zendaya, who many of you should be familiar with. Zendaya Marie Stoema Coleman was born on September 1st, 1996. She's an American actress and singer. Her breakthrough TV show role was in Casey Undercover, where she featured as Casey Cooper. But before then, she had featured on other Disney sitcoms including Shake It Up, Dancing with the Stars, and the HBO drama series Euphoria. Zendaya played a famous supporting part in the 2017 musical drama The Greatest Showman, and she then took the role of Mitchell Jones in the Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. For a lady currently aged 23, Zendaya has achieved a whole lot in the showbiz industry, having won multiple awards and gotten numerous nominations from the Teen's Choice Awards, Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, the Radio Disney Music Awards, the BET Awards, just to mention a few. Coleman. So with that, it's a wrap on the show. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and drop a comment if you really enjoyed this video. Booyah!